Invest in success with Pub Quiz Prep.
Well, hello and welcome back to Pub Quiz Prep, the trivia training school that allows you to reach the magnitude, nay, the zenith of your true potential. Now, today I bring you an extra special episode. So this is all from the year 1984. Now, if you weren't born then, that's fine. I wasn't born then either. Not many people were born in the year 1984. But question number one, here we go. So, and there are 12 questions. Question number one, pace yourself. In January of 1984, who won the Super Bowl 38-9 over the Washington Redskins? So what team in January 1984 won the Super Bowl in a thrilling 38-9 point win in the final? Question two, in February of 1984, what conference organization was founded that uses the slogan, "Ideas worth spreading"? I had no idea it was this old. In February 1984, what conference organization was founded that uses the slogan, "Ideas worth spreading"? Question number three. And here's someone that was born in 1984. Sam Stosur was born in March 1984. But what sport is she known for? So Sam Stosur, Aussie, born in March 1984, is famous for which sport? Okay, in April of 1984, the same year, what song was proclaimed as the Australian national anthem? So in April of 1984, what song was made the official Australian national anthem? Question five, in May 1984, the song, let me get this right, Diggy Loo Giggy Lie, wins the Eurovision Song Contest, but for which country? In May of 1984, the song Diggy Loo Giggy Lee wins the Eurovision Song Contest for which country? Okay, so, here we go. Sticking with the musical theme, question six, who released the album Born in the USA in June of 1984? Who was it that released the iconic album Born in the USA in June of 1984? Question number seven. In July of 1984, what European country becomes the last to grant women the right to vote? This probably won't be your first guess, and there's a clue right there. So in July of 1984, what European country became the last to grant women the right to vote in 1984? Whoa. In August of 1984, the African Republic Upper Volta changes its name to what? In August of 1984, the African Republic Upper Volta changes its name to what? Question number 9. After 255 episodes, and featuring the likes of Ron Howard, Marion Ross, Scott Baio, and Henry Winkler, what TV show comes to an end? After 255 episodes and featuring the likes of Ron Howard, Marion Ross, Scott Baio, and Henry Winkler, what TV show comes to an end? In October 1984, do Tim McCartney Snape and Greg Mortimer become the first Australians to compete in the annual Coopers Hill Cheese Roll-In and Wake? Or do they summit Mount Everest? Or by working out of a garage in Dapto, do they reach platinum achievement level of Amway? That question again. In October of 1984, do Tim McCartney Snape and Greg Mortimer become the first Australians to compete in the annual Coopers Hill Cheese Roll-In and Wake? A fabulous sport. Or do they summit Mount Everest? Or, by working out of a garage in Dapto, which is just south of Sydney in Australia, do they reach platinum achievement level of Amway? Question number 11. We're getting to the business end of things now. Known for her acting in films such as The Island, Match Point, Sing and The Avengers, who was born in November 1984. Known for her acting in films such as The Island, Match Point, Sing, The Avengers, who was born in November 1984. Question number 12. What South African Archbishop is given the Nobel Peace Prize in December 1984? So which South African Archbishop is given the Nobel Peace Prize in December 1984? Okay, here we go. I'm not exactly sure where the answers are to the final 4 questions here, but I'm pretty sure I've got them locked in. So, okay, in January 1984, the team that won the Super Bowl was the Los Angeles Raiders. Have you ever heard of them? Question number 2, ideas worth spreading, of course, that is TED. Question number 3, Sam Stosur. Well, she played tennis. In fact, she won the US Open way back in 2011, and I remember watching the match point. Okay, in April 1984, what song became the Australian national anthem? Well, that was Advance Australia Fair, which, funnily enough, was actually written in 1878, but it did officially replace God Save the Queen as the national anthem of Australia. Question 5, so the song... Okay, interesting. I will need to check some answers here, but the song Diggy Loo Giddy Lee was from Sweden. And of course, Bruce Springsteen released the album Born in the USA. And this was also the first CD ever to be produced in the United States. Now, just talk amongst yourselves whilst I find the answers to this round. Okay, yeah, okay. So listen, I may have kind of taken you up the garden path a little bit with that voting question. I was kind of just quickly glancing at what I thought was the answer to that, and I was thinking Sweden. I was thinking surely not. Okay, so the last European country to grant women the right to vote. I don't know if you've ever heard of this country, but Liechtenstein, and maybe that's sounding a little bit more in step with everyone's expectations. Okay, so question 8. The African Republic Upper Volta changes its name to Burkina Faso. And of course, the TV show that had 255 episodes that came to an end in 1984, starring all those people, Happy Days. I'm sure you knew that one. Question number 10. So Tim McCartney-Snape and Greg Mortimer, they summited Mount Everest. And in fact, Tim McCartney-Snape, if you could indulge me with this extra little bit of tidbit trivia, went on to become the first person to walk and climb from sea level to the top of Everest. Now, the walk alone involved a 1,200 kilometer journey. So that's, wonder how the Sherpas went with that. Okay, so the actress that starred in The Island, Match Point, Sing, The Avengers, well, of course, she was, and still is, Scarlett Johansson. And what about the South African Archbishop that was given the Nobel Peace Prize in November 1984? Well, do you know more than one? If you don't, just lock it in now. It is Desmond Tutu. No surprises there. Well, thank you so much for playing. Don't forget to subscribe to Pub Quiz Prep if you haven't already. Until next time, have a cracking week. Bye for now.
Thank you for playing Pub Quiz Prep. Question everything.
I regularly go home with the meat trays now.